D'Souza, CBC News, New York.
The Canadian dollar has closed above 77 cents U.S. for the first time in 5 months. The gain can be attributed to a rise in oil prices and yesterday's interest rate decision by the U.S. central bank to keep its interest rate steady. The loonie traded as high as 77.23 cents U.S. today before pulling back a little. The price of oil, which is a key driver of the Canadian dollar, has reached the highest level so far this year, above $40 a barrel. For more local news, join me later tonight for CBC Montreal News at 11 on CBC Television. Let's go to Jeremy Zaffron now for a look at the traffic.
Thank you, Nancy. As I take a look at the drive, which was difficult for the most part all day today, to Carry North remains heavy its length at this hour. We still have some conditions that are slow for the 20 West on approach from both the 15 North and from the Ville-Marie West right through to Angrignan, where there seems to have been yet another fender bender at this hour on the 20 westbound side.
On a dit non, chacun notre tour.
À s'approprier de ces radios, qu'ils peuvent eux-mêmes faire fonctionner la radio et eux-mêmes transmettre les informations et eux-mêmes aussi utiliser la radio pour leur propre développement, pour leur propre avancement.
Vous nous avez parlé du droit à la communication qui...
Une autre gorgée, s'il te plaît?
Oui. On va parler des gardiens parce que je trouve que...
Blues. Saturday night at 6. 7 Atlantic. 7...
La métropole de Zootopia. Pour les horaires et les billets, rendez-vous au cinéplex.com ou téléchargez l'application. C'est facile et vous obtenez des points scènes. Bon cinéma.
Ce samedi 19 mars, chez Rona et Rona l'entrepôt, grattez et économisez.
Suspendre la nomination de l'ancien président du pays, Lula da Silva, au poste de secrétaire général du gouvernement. Les autorités judiciaires estiment que cette nomination nuit aux poursuites entamées contre Lula da Silva en lui conférant l'immunité. L'injonction a été émise immédiatement après l'assermentation de l'ex-président, qui a été inculpé la semaine dernière de blanchiment d'argent et de fraude dans une vaste affaire de corruption. Et les faucons de la liberté du Kurdistan, un mouvement...
Des dômes, comme on appelle, et même pas 25 ans, un autre stade qui surgit. Alors, je pense qu'à l'époque, quand M. Corré a dirigé la planification du centre Molson, c'était tout de suite après la Coupe Stanley en remportée en 93, ça fait déjà longtemps, comme tu le sais, et ça a ouvert en 1996. On n'a pas... Discrétionnaire, dépensé par les gens. Ça, c'est le tableau indicateur. C'est pour ça que... qui recherche quand même.
L'ambiance musicale de la soirée.
About the president and the former president Lula, because he's escaping. He's escaping from the justice. That's the truth about why the President Dilma nominated him to be a minister in her government.
Okay, and that's what we heard in that. That's what we heard in that leaked telephone conversation that had been recorded.
Yeah.
That conversation that appears to suggest that that is why Lula da Silva is being sworn in today, and
that's the only reason. He's not capable. That's the only reason.
And that's to protect him from prosecution, you believe?
For the justice. Because there's a guy, a judge called Sergio Moro, and he's coordinating the federal police operation called Lava Jato. that got arrested, like a lot of important businessmen here, and arrested like a senator, a few politicians. So he's coordinating that. And when he becomes a minister, he escapes from his judgment.
And as you're explaining it, President Da Silva is, if as a government minister, he would only be tried in the Supreme Court, which is considered a more privileged forum, and he's under investigation for corruption and money laundering. Is that right?
That's perfect. That's it. But after this movement, he's going to escape. I think he has a chance to escape.
Now, you mentioned that this is the tape, this conversation and others, about 50, these conversations was released by Judge Morrow, who is the one doing the investigation. But some people are quite angry with Judge Morrow for having released these tapes, that he shouldn't have done that. He's playing politics as well. What do you say to that?
No one is angry about him. He's like a Brazilian hero. He's trying to stop the biggest robbery in the history of Brazil. He's like a hero here. If he candidates himself to be president, I'm sure he would be elected.
But did he break any laws? Did he break any laws?
He didn't break anything, because you can't imagine what they did to Brazil. What they did, they broke the economy. They're robbing a lot. So we've been through the worst economic moment in the history of Brazil. The worst moment.
And now
we need to stop this. We must stop this.
I just want to go back to what things in Congress today. Not only did Lula da Silva get sworn in as Minister of State, but you also had this impeachment process that began for the current president, President Rousseff.
That's true.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we just opened a commission with congressmen and women from all the parties. Then they're going to analyze what is going to happen in this process, if they're going to open the impeachment or not. I'm a little concerned about the situation, because most of the congressmen who are in the commission, they support the government, but I think all the people on the streets are going to change that. They're feeling a lot of